have a contest. Whoever can come up with the best name for our show, our segment, the prize will be nothing. You ain't getting jack shit.
A big thank you and fuck you.
Hillbilly Havoc, okay, 3rd episode ever. Kind of a milestone, 3 episodes. But at least we got a name now. An intro, we sound kind of professional in a way.
That never was our intention to sound professional.
And I don't think, ever. So we got a lot to talk about. San Diego Comic-Con was last weekend.
Yeah. You was gone.
I was gone. I was gone from civilization. Had like no service to where I was at the beach. But I come back.
Yeah,
had to do a little bit.
You busy playing in the sand, making fucking sand castles.
Hey, that sand castle was awesome. I'm just saying. You know, it did get burnt pretty bad. But I was kind of gone away now, so. But Comic-Con was, I don't know, there was a lot of winners, losers. Marvel kind of proved themselves that they might be still alright, now that they've ended their big 23 movie, 10-year thing.
Technically, Marvel kind of won by default because DC didn't bother showing the fuck up.
Oh my God. Anybody who could sit here and defend the DCU right now, their big cinematic universe, just you're in denial. You're straight up in denial because.
Yeah, because the only thing you know we're getting is the Suicide Squad 2.
Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah.
They got the Flashpoint movie. That's an amazing storyline. You got Robert Pattinson, you got to try to sell as Batman.
Yeah, kind of hard with his glitter flying everywhere.
Yeah.
He's fabulous. He's a fabulous vampire. Batman.
You got Birds of Prey, the first villain, all-women villain movie.
Yeah.
You got all this, and you don't show up. And Marvel is vulnerable right now. I mean, they're going to be okay, but they got to establish new characters. They got to establish new villains, new storylines in what the multiverse is, which is just a whole thing on its own. So this was perfect time for DC to come in and, put their, foot on their throat,
Yeah,
or even show a little competition. And you didn't show up. You did not even bother. You just ran with your tails, but tucked between your legs, like.
I believe the expression you're looking for here is no balls.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I could be, kind of forcing that upon you, but
no, it's definitely not a force. You just did not show up with anything. The Joker movie.
Yeah.
You didn't even show up with anything new about that. You got so much criticism over Robert Pattinson, and you don't even bother to show up to try to push him a little bit. It makes me sick. Sick.
They could have showed up and told us about some new animated movies they're working on, because the DC animated shit's always been awesome.
Yeah, like Hush. Hush was something I was looking forward to. Nothing on that.
It's just like, here, the ball's in your court. We might have a shot to do something. Oh, fuck, we dropped it.
Yeah,
and it wasn't a basketball either, kids. It was like a 12-pound bowling ball.
It makes me sick. I don't know who can sit here and keep on defending DC. I mean, because all they're doing is fucking themselves. I mean, look, Marvel's bringing back Natalie Portman as a female Thor, and we'll talk about that here later in a little bit, but they're bringing her back. You know, she didn't want to be in Marvel movies anymore.
Yeah.
And now she's back. You got to reestablish her.
She comes storming back to the gate, banging, Marvel, please let me back in, please.
Yeah.
I mean,
please,
I don't know.
Please.
I don't know if that's what truly happened, but
Oh, I'm sure it is.
well, she's seen dollar signs.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
And obviously they did too, because you know it's Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
But you're going to have to try to establish not only her as a female Thor, but as a female Thor, period.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that sounds
that's
sexist or not. I'm not trying to be. It's just, you know, that's what you got to try to do.
There's a lot of opportunity there for them, for that movie to just absolutely suck.
See, I mean, for comic book people like us that know about some of these storylines, female Thor is awesome. You know, but is Natalie Portman the right woman? I don't know.
I think you'd be better off having somebody like Ronda Rousey or something.
Yeah. And it's just nothing. It's not a knock on Natalie Portman at all.
No. In a female Thor, do you want something like a stick figure, I guess I hate to say, but
yeah.
Or do you want somebody that could actually pull it off and, you know, believable as being athletic in this female Thor?
And, you know, it's, I know there's a lot of CGI today that you can, you know, do something like that, you know, but like people like me, I'm not going to get picky, you know. I know it sounds like I'm getting picky, but I'm not. I'm not really nitpicking. It's just
we'll give it a shot to what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it's just, you know, there's a lot of other fans out there that do nitpick these movies.
That's going to be very pissed.
Yeah. Me, I could sit down and totally get into her being a female Thor. You know, I can sit back and enjoy it, and I'm sure you're the same way.
If it's done right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I don't want I'm afraid it's going to be mediocre.
Exactly.
And I do not want the first appearance of the female Thor to be mediocre.
Exactly.
I want it to be as badass as what Chris Hemsworth's character is.
Yeah. And you're going into a brand new chapter.
Yep.
In your movies. I mean,
yeah,
the whole Avengers thing is gone now. You got to establish new characters, new everything here.
Yep.
And it was perfect opportunity for DC to come in and say, all right, how about us? Here's some stuff you know already. Here's some stuff we're doing.
Yeah.
Because did you know that when we get to the Eternals, we'll talk about, but did you know that it's going to be the first deaf woman hero? And being played by, you know, an actual deaf woman. I mean, stuff like that. You know, Marvel's already flexing with.
Yeah.
Salma Hayek and Angelina Jolie are they're joining the Eternals cast.
And I seen part of that. And all I got to say is they better start feeding Angelina Jolie buckets of pork fat or something because, my God, I'm pretty sure my children have bigger arms than what that woman does. She literally looked like a stick figure standing up there on stage.
And, you know, there's no knock on her. I just, you know, that's not the type of woman I'm attractive. But, I mean, but you're bringing both of them in there, so you know all kinds of guys are just going to go watch that already.
Far cry from the shape she was in when she was doing the Tomb Raider movies.
Oh, Tomb Raider. I love the Tomb Raider movies. Yeah, so, but I mean, Marvel's going to be, you know, I think they're going to be okay. I mean, they got a lot of stuff coming up, so we're going to jump right into to the start of the Phase 4, which is kind of interesting because the start of Phase 4 movies is going to be a Black Widow movie about her past. I mean, it's kind of interesting to start it off with a dead character's past. You know, it's just.
Yeah, I wonder why give her an origin story.
Yeah, but it's interesting. I mean, I want this movie too. But it's an interesting play to do it at the very beginning.
Yeah. I guess that's the reason they're doing it is because, well, like we already mentioned, Thor: Love and War. We'll have Natalie Portman in it. They haven't even started writing the script on it yet.
Oh no, yeah.
The Eternals, I don't know if they may have like a first draft already or something of it, but they're not even ready to start. They haven't started production on it. But they have Black Widow. They're what, like 35 days in already?
Yeah, yeah. You know, and I like the cast. You know, she's coming back.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson will still be reprising her role.
Hopper from Stranger Things is going to be in there. He's you know, he's good.
That's interesting.
But you know, it's just, why couldn't they make this into a Disney Plus series?
I don't know.
You know,
unless they're going to break out and have, you know, show how she got started, origin, and then the next movie progress closer to how she eventually become an Avenger. Because we seen part of how she became an Avenger.
you know, and there was a lot of, she told of her backstory too, but, you know, it's still.
I guess there's just so much content there, they figured they could make a couple of movies out of it, would be my guess.
But how's that going to segue into the rest of the, you know?
It may not be canon unless,
because, you know, Iron Man set up, though, the rest of the movies. You know, they set up so much. So, what can Black Widow set up? What storylines can I just trying to think?
It may go hand in hand. You may not realize about it until after. It'll probably, what I'm going to theorize will happen, you'll have to watch Doctor Strange. What's the title of it now? I forgot.
Doctor Strange in the Battle of the Multiverse or something like that.
And we'll probably have to end up watching WandaVision, the show, because I have a feeling Scarlet Witch is going to have something to do with possibly bringing Black Widow back to life, because between her and Strange, they would technically, Scarlet Witch would be powerful enough to do it. Doctor Strange would probably have the know-how how to do it.
Which is another interesting thing, because, you know, one of the Disney Plus shows is going to be WandaVision.
Yep.
They said this is going to take place after Endgame. So how is Vision alive? You know, I mean,
that's my only thing to how it. The only way it would make sense. I mean, yes, you got this whole multiverse, and she could technically, between her and Strange, go get another Vision. But all these, you know, universes is different in some way. Vision's not going to be the same Vision she loves in her timeline and universe.
Yeah, because they're technically going to be, they're the same. They're Vision, but it's not
the same Vision.
Yeah, the Vision that we would all know. You know,
there'll be differences.
Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to exactly tie in to it, but that would be interesting, because Doctor Strange, after the Eternals, is the next, you know, phase. I mean, the next movie in the phase. You know, look, the Eternals has got Salma Hayek and Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
How many people know exactly who the Eternals are? I mean, the only thing that they release is that they're a group of humans, or a group of immortals, set down by the Celestials
to protect Earth.
To protect Earth a long, 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 long time ago.
They've been on Earth for millennium.
Yeah. So, you know, these are characters nobody, even diehard fans like us, really have never heard of.
Yeah, and this is, going to have a lead hero played by an actual deaf actress. That the character itself is deaf.
Yeah, so I mean, right there's another first that Marvel is just coming out with, So I'm interested to see how that's going to go, because after the success of Guardians of the Galaxy, we know you can get out more in space.
Yep.
And stuff like that. While with that, and people were going to watch it regardless. So I'm interested in that. That's me. But another movie, it's going to be Black Widow, Eternals. Then it's going to be Shang-Chi. It's going to be called Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Shang-Chi? Do you know anything about him?
No.
I don't either, which is another thing Marvel is going to have to,
Well, I think they're going to tie it in with, because they mentioned this, they're actually going to introduce the actual Mandarin.
I know. I cannot wait. He's been teased since Iron Man 1. He was even in, I seen something the other day, a video. He was in Ant-Man and Wasp and Ant-Man and Ant-Man and Wasp. One of the soldiers had the 10 rings tattoo right here.
Oh, on their neck?
Right up there on their neck where you couldn't see it. And it was a little Easter egg, and I went back and watched it, and it is true.
Huh.
So, he's kind of like the next big bad, really.
And Shang-Chi and Black Widow is what's going to basically kickstart Phase 4.
Yeah. It's a bold move with Marvel. I think they can do it. They prove that they can do it. They have my faith. But can they sustain it? Because then you get into Doctor Strange in the multiverse.
Yeah.
And the multiverse is just insane.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like, what did they say, like a scary type Marvel movie?
Yeah, it's going to be the first horror movie in the MCU, which is another big risk that they're taking.
Yeah, because if done wrong, oh hell, it could flop big time.
Yeah, I mean,
and
look,
and kill off the Doctor Strange series.
Oh yeah, and so that's going to be interesting. We talked about Thor. The Thor, it's going to have Korg in it. It's going to have Valkyrie in it.
Yep.
Jane Foster is going to become the new female Thor. Here's another thing with this
You say Jane Foster is going to become the female Thor?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Well, that's what it's going to be in the MCU. I don't know how it was in the comics, but I know that's how they're going to do it.
Oh.
Yeah, so... But
yeah.
I would think about this. They're establishing new characters. They got to get these roles right. Can you imagine what would have happened if the switch from Ed Norton to Mark Ruffalo would have backfired and not panned out?
Oh, it would have been a fucking disaster.
Yeah. So they have got to get these characters and the cast right for them.
And there's one movie, they teased it, showed the actor, but didn't say shit about it, other than basically it's coming in Phase 4. And that is Blade.
Oh, I know. I cannot wait. Cannot wait for Blade.
And I'm sure that pissed Wesley Snipes off, because he wanted to play Blade at least one more time before he got too old.
Hey, maybe he'll make an appearance, because we really don't know anything else but who the actor is.
Maybe he'll be Whistler.
True.
But the guy playing Blade is the same one from the Luke Cage series that played Cottonmouth.
The thing with Cottonmouth, I thought he was an interesting villain that they killed off too early before they really got to establish how good he would have been.
Yeah.
So I hope this character gets his, recognition. And it also just goes to show you how really they cared about their Marvel series, because now they're saying, well, yeah, he was in the Marvel Netflix series, but we're not considering that anything now. Even though their two most successful series was Punisher and Daredevil. And
which by all rights, they should adapt them to movies also.
Yeah,
Where we get a proper Daredevil movie, not the shithole that was Ben Affleck's fucking bullshit, whatever it was.
And it was no offense to Ben Affleck, great actor.
Shit fucking movie.
Yeah, it was just you can have great actors, but if you don't have a good script
that
or
script wasn't worth
anything,
a fuck.
yeah, it's not going to work out, and it just did not.
I mean, at the
work
time,
out.
I guess it was better than nothing, but it still sucked.
Yeah, it was absolutely terrible. But they got to get these castings right because it's like, imagine a Captain America. Chris Evans didn't turn out to be Captain America. If he didn't play that role so good, what would have happened?
I don't even want to guess.
I don't either.
It would have been a disaster.
Yeah. So, they got to get these characters right. It's just a must. And that's why I said they're vulnerable. And DC did not deliver on that.
No, they dropped the fucking ball. The ball was in their court. And they like, oh, fuck it, we're DC. We don't have to show up.
Yeah, never mind. So, DC fans, I'm sorry, but stop being in denial. You're...
And that's coming from two guys who like DC.
Yeah. I like them both, but
yeah,
there was no
fucked
excuse
up.
for that.
No.
Whoever does their marketing and their publicist and whatever, they need to be fired because they're not doing their job.
At the very least, they need to be took into the office and kicked in the balls repeatedly.
And this is not saying nothing against. This is a whole totally different thing from their comics because they like Marvel. So to kind of sum it up, your Phase 4 is looking like this: Black Widow. Then you're going to the Eternals, and then you're going to Shang-Chi, and then you're going Doctor Strange, and then Thor, and then your Blade. Blade is going to be. That's it for Phase 4. So, I mean, you got 2 movies. You're going to establish brand new characters. You got the multiverse is going to be established, which is going to be a lot of possibilities. And then you're establishing a female Thor. So Marvel's got a lot of pressure right now on to deliver with that.
Yeah, they really do.
But then they've announced Black Panther 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and Captain Marvel 2.
Yeah.
But they also announced and teased Mutants. So we know the X-Men are coming. And the Fantastic Four. They're finally going to be in the MCU. And that's more possibilities right there.
Took them long enough.
Yeah, it took them long enough because, I mean, Fantastic Four
Let's
is
see,
great
there's been
stuff.
3 Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah.
Fantastic 1 and 2, or Fantastic Four, then Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, and then the Fantastic Four reboot, and all of them has fucking sucked.
I like the first 2 Fantastic Four movies were all right. The Rise of the Silver Surfer, we're not going to go into the whole Galactus thing because Galactus, a storm cloud, that you lost me right there.
Yeah.
There was no going back. The minute they say Galactus was a storm cloud, I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. Could not do it. The best part about those movies really was Jessica Alba and Chris Evans kind of was Johnny Storm before he played Captain America, so he got his redemption right there. But I got a theory.
Let's hear this theory.
I think I know who's going to be the next big villain. I think I know who's going to be the next Thanos in the MCU.
Okay.
And it's completely obvious when you think about it. I think it's going to be Doctor Doom. Because on the comics, Doctor Doom's obsessed with the power of the Asgardians and the multiverse.
Yeah.
And what are you doing in this phase?
You're introducing both.
You're introducing both. The multiverse, and you're introducing Jane Foster becoming an Asgardian, or requiring acquiring Asgardian powers to become a female Thor.
Yeah.
Right there, you have got Doctor Doom set up, and I think he'll make an appearance. End credit scene, Thor 4. He will be there somehow, some way.
Well, it almost makes sense for them to do the Fantastic Four movie before Thor ever comes out. Then
You would think it would.
it would almost pay them to have Fantastic Four be the first movie out of the gate.
Yeah,
But
because
we know that's not going to happen.
Because it don't make sense. Why would you put a dead character, a movie about her past, that kick off not just a new phase, but brand new everything in the MCU?
Yeah.
It don't make sense. So there's something about Black Widow that is going to set up something. Because it just don't make any sense to me when I think about it. I don't know.
It's one of those things we can speculate and rack our brain and come up with 1,000 theories, but
at this point, I don't question Marvel, because every question I've had, they have somehow exceeded my expectations with it. So,
yeah,
I'm not going to question their method to their madness.
time will tell with
Right.
this phase, because there's a lot of unknowns. There truly is.
Yeah. So, I guess we'll move on to the Disney Plus stuff, because the Disney Plus stuff, it's interesting, but it's not too interesting, if that makes any sense, because a lot of the characters, a lot of the Disney Plus shows are just already established characters
Yeah.
that are there. And, like, for instance, let's start off with Hawkeye. Basically, all I know about Hawkeye is it's going to be him training a new Hawkeye.
Yeah, and it's still going to be Jeremy Renner playing him.
And, you know, we didn't really have too much of Hawkeye in the MCU, so it'd be kind of cool to see what's going to happen.
I think he's going to have a very, very difficult time mentally dealing with things he's done in the past after the snap.
After what happened with
And then after
Natasha.
what happened to Natasha.
Yeah, so
you may actually see Hawkeye breaking down and maybe snapping.
hey, he could just be in just one season, and then like the rest of it just be this new replacement.
Maybe.
Here's the thing. As we go through these,
That might be a mistake, though.
let's make a prediction of how many seasons we think each show's going to last. We'll start with Hawkeye. How many seasons do you think this will last?
Hawkeye with Jeremy Renner, 2 seasons tops.
What do you think it'll go beyond with Jeremy Renner, or do you think
I
it's just?
think they'll try it at least 1 season beyond Jeremy Renner's character.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go 3 to 4 tops. I think altogether that's what it's going to be. 3 to 4 tops. Because like you said,
it's going to depend on how likable this new Hawkeye in training,
Exactly.
the story.
Because I think, just like you, Jeremy Renner will be in it for maybe a season or 2. They'll try it with this, whoever this new person is.
I guess I should clarify what I mean by Jeremy Renner being in 2 seasons. You know he'll be all in season 1. In season 2, he'll probably come and go.
Right, and then it'll kind of transition into the new guy.
One. Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be a new guy, it's a new girl. Kate Bishop, I think is her name.
I'm not sure.
I've never heard of her. But a lot of people act like they've heard of her or they know of her. I don't. I can't tell you who she is. But apparently she's getting a lot of praise.
Yeah, well.
So, WandaVision.
Yep.
So apparently WandaVision is going to tie into Doctor Strange in the Multiverse movie.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of feeding off. Part of the season's probably going to feed from Doctor Strange Multiverse. That'll be one you'll have to watch both to get the full story, I'd say.
Yeah. And it's going to be, I don't know, it's weird that they're doing it after Endgame, because I guess I could kind of see how they're going to bring Vision back in a way, being the multiverse. So there could be multiple versions of Vision here and there, obviously. So that could be that.
Yep.
Here's my thing. Canceled after 3 seasons. I actually think it's interesting. I like the Scarlet Witch character. I like the Vision character.
I do too.
I just don't think it's going to appeal to a lot of people.
I don't think it's going to last past, like, I about have to agree with you. 3 seasons will probably do it in.
I think it's going to be one of those shows that's going to be interesting, but it's going to be overshadowed with things about Hawkeye, and Loki's another one we'll get into here in a minute. The next one's going to be Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yep.
I think that's going to be it's going to be overshadowed by that. But I think it's going to be a good show.
Yeah.
But just it's not going to be able to live up to the expectations with all those 3 seasons canceled. It is bringing back what's her name, Elizabeth Olsen.
I think so.
Yeah, Elizabeth Olsen, who is the 3rd Olsen sister, the hottest by far, and it is bringing back Paul Bettany as Vision. So it's got that.
Yeah.
I'll give it a chance. I think it's going to be one of the best ones out of them. So Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that could go 4 or 5 seasons easily.
Yeah, I'd say it's going to go about 5, because there's a lot of background about Sam Wilson Falcon that we don't know of.
Yep.
And there's a lot of stuff they can do with Bucky's past.
Yep.
As being the Winter Soldier throughout the years.
Honestly, should have been its own dedicated movie in this phase, in my
Exactly.
opinion. But
you know what? I actually would love to see just Winter Soldier movie.
yeah, not Captain America Winter Soldier. We
Yeah.
got that. I want to see what happened after Cap went down. How did Bucky become the Winter Soldier? How did he get involved? How did he wind up in the Russian hands and all?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, why did he go after? Why did they send him after Howard Stark?
Same thing with Falcon. I think Falcon could be its own standalone movie.
Yeah, it probably could.
Just one of each, though. Just one of each, because I think at this point these characters need to stay at Disney Plus to get a little bit of extended. Because once you bring them back into the MCU in major roles, it just kind of goes off. You're establishing new characters, new storylines. Let them stay in Disney Plus.
Yeah, I agree.
So, Loki. Now, Loki, I think it's going to be very interesting. We all know what happens with Loki at the end of Infinity War. We know what happens at the end game. He ends up escaping instead of being captured at the end of Avengers. So, there are so many possibilities with Loki.
Yeah, and this is going to take place after Endgame.
Yeah. So where he's going to go, there's a lot of places he can go. There's a lot of people he can interact with.
There's a lot of mischief he's going to cause.
Yeah, you could bring in Adam Warlock into this, finally. Finally, please, Marvel.
I kind of doubt they'll do that.
Please let us have Adam Warlock somehow.
I don't think they'll introduce a character like that. I mean, I could be wrong. As a Disney Plus show, I think all the character introductions is probably going to come through movies.
I agree with you. I agree with you that. I agree. But
low-key probably go...
I'm going to go 5-6 seasons.
Maybe.
Because there's a lot of places. It
has the potential to go 5 or 6 and beyond.
Oh, yeah. I actually think it's probably one of the most interesting shows. Well...
But will it be interesting enough not having Thor constantly there, the back and forth between Loki and Thor? That's the thing.
Which I like the whole dynamic. I think those two got great chemistry in Hiddleston and Hemsworth. I think they're great together. I think Loki could be a great show. Thor could come in and out as, back and forth. Jane's going to be the new Thor, so she can come in and out. Valkyrie could come in and out. I mean, he could go all over the place.
Yeah, he very well could.
I mean, not just Earth or Asgard. He could travel all over the multiverse too.
Yeah.
Just with all that. So that's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do, because Loki had, like I said, 5-6 seasons is where I'm going to leave that.
I'll say 3 to 4.
You going to say 3 to 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because I have a feeling after 2 seasons that the audience is probably going to be like, well, shit, what else is on?
I think after
that's what I'm afraid is going to happen.
I feel after like maybe a couple years of these characters being, back, I think people are just going to get burned out on them.
It's very
and they're
possible.
going to be more concerned with the new characters that we're getting.
Yeah.
And not, concerned about all these guys anymore.
But I think these shows are meant to bridge the gap and kind of be the holdover till the next big Marvel movie.
Right. Because, these are Disney Plus, so people are going to be subscribing to this.
Yeah.
This ain't going to be really the big MCU stuff where, everybody can see it,
Yeah.
But it's going to, so, I mean, if they stay in the Disney Plus, I will be fine with that. But, if you want to make cameos of them coming back and forth,
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that, but I don't want to see them anymore. I'm fine with another Doctor Strange movie because we've only had not too much time with him. Spider-Man, we've not had too much time with him. Thor, I feel like this is passing the torch to a different style. Which, did you know the rumor that there might be Beta Ray Bill might be introduced
Oh, no.
into the new Thor? He's pretty interesting. I mean, I don't want to really get into a lot about him, but he's going to be interesting if they do, bring him into the whole thing. So I guess the last thing we have to bring up as far as the Disney Plus series, and we've been talking about a little bit off air, but it's called What If, and it's going to be an animated series, and it's going to be really interesting what this show is about.
Before we go too far, we will mention in passing that this will be the last season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, yeah, that's, I watched the first season. I loved it. I watched half of the second season, and it's not that I didn't like it. It's just I had too much going on, too much I was trying to watch, and I just kind of fell out of it. But
I have never
loved
started
Agent
it.
of... Oh, it's great, man. You need to watch it. It's...
I'm like you. I've got so much shit to watch that it's, it's one of them that, like, hey, I'd like to watch it, but yeah.
Hey, I just put it on the list of like 30 some shows that I kind of want to get around to watch.
I've got my list a little bit bigger now.
Well, I mean,
But yeah. Anyways, back to the What If Disney Plus show.
It's going to introduce the Watcher, and it's going to be an animated series, which is going to be kind of different in the MCU in a way. So what it's going to be about, they're going to take different scenarios throughout the MCU, even just the littlest things. Hey, what about if this never happened? For instance, I was talking about this one to you off air, but remember back in the first Avengers movie, Agent Coulson's death kind of brought together Tony and...
kind of brought everybody together.
Yeah, it kind of brought everybody together. They put their differences aside, and they went ahead and they defeated Loki. What about if Agent Coulson didn't die? Would they still end up, getting together and beating Loki? Would Loki have taken over?
Don't know.
What would have happened if Uncle Ben didn't die? We know Peter Parker would probably not be Spider-Man, but how would that affect the rest of the MCU? Peter Parker turned out to be a pretty big role in Tony Stark's life.
Yeah.
Towards the end. What about if he didn't exist? What would that mean about Tony in Endgame? Would he snapped that finger and made that sacrifice, I mean, what? I got so many different theories and scenarios going through my head right now. It's not even funny.
That's the thing. And a lot of the actors is going to be lending their voice to their character from the MCU.
I do like that. You know, I like a good animated series. I think this is kind of a good change for Marvel with this, you know? Because DC has kind of dominated the whole animated series.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and Marvel's been kind of the whole, you know, movie thing.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a change, and I think they could do it. I'm going to say 7 seasons.
Oh, I mean, easily, if done right.
I mean, because they...
And more.
Yeah, because they could take stuff that's going to happen. You know, by the time that comes out, it's probably going to be near the end of Phase 4. So, you know, they could take stuff that happens with Blade and all that.
You know, like we was also talking, what if Steve Rogers had done what Bucky had told him to do in Captain America and just went home?
Instead
of going to the recruitment office and meeting the professor.
Yeah. If he would have just went home, God, things could have been so much different in the MCU.
Yeah.
So much different. Because even the Winter Soldier wouldn't be available.
Yeah. I mean, it'd all be...
My head's spinning with all the ideas I could come up with right now.
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, a scriptwriter can have a damn field day with this. I can see why they're, making it animated. Because it'd honestly be cheaper to animate a series like this.
And just pay the actors, lending their voice talents. Yep. And even if they don't, you can get some voice actors.
Oh, yeah.
You know, to...
Mark Hamil.
Yeah. You know, the sad thing is, or the funny thing is, I was actually going to say that the exact same way you just did it. Coughing like that.
Yeah, you know.
But yeah, Mark Hamill, yeah. Yeah. Mark Hamill could definitely do. Hey, just have Mark Hamill do all the voices.
I think it might be a touch much for him.
Nope, he can do it. I got faith in him. I'm
not saying he couldn't do it, but at some point he would say, "Fuck you all. You can keep the money. I quit. This is too much bullshit."
Mark Hamill can do it all. And he can, and he will do it all. But that's just me. Speaking of Mark Hamill, I have to go ahead, this is a perfect segue. But we have to mention Mark Hamill won San Diego Comic-Con's Icon Award for this year. Long overdue.
Extremely long overdue.
The man, we've been talking and praising him now for 3 episodes now.
We've been doing that a hell of a lot longer. We just ain't been recording it.
Yeah.
And I'll go ahead and say this and get it out of the way. To me, Mark Hamill is a great physical actor. But he is a much better voice actor than an actual physical actor, to me.
And that's something you would never think about. Or never even thought about.
There's shit he plays that you don't realize it's him until either somebody tells you or you read the credits and see that, hey, that was him.
Well, I think we were talking about this our last episode or something like that. I had mentioned that. I know you said you never watched Avatar, The Last Airbender.
No.
But he does do the voice of the main villain, Fire Lord Ozai. Didn't have any clue that was him. But
and he provided the voice of Chucky in the Child's Play reboot.
Oh God, I heard it was good too.
He's provided the voice for years for the Joker. Well, I should say fucking decades now.
And, I didn't even know that was him for the longest time.
No, I didn't either.
It wasn't until the last few years that I really realized that was that's Mark Hamill.
He was in another show that I kept waiting on, like, where the fuck is Mark Hamill? Not realizing the son of a bitch is standing in front of me on screen. He changed his voice that much. It was Nightfall. He was in there.
Really?
Yeah, he was in Nightfall.
Well,
in the second season.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right,
And
yeah.
I'm like, I'm waiting on him to show up, and he never does.
It took me a little bit to realize you were talking about that Nightfall.
Yeah.
Which is a great show, right up our alleys.
Yeah.
We will have to get into a lot about the Knights Templar in a different episode because.
But I bring it up because that was Mark Hamill in that, and I didn't realize it was him until it dawned on me, like, holy shit, that's him. Because he was so heavily make-upped, and his voice did not sound like any of his other voices.
Well, segueing into Mark Hamill and talking about that, the reason why Mark Hamill was really at Comic-Con, because they surprised him with the award, because he's going to be lending his voice talents to the Dark Crystal prequel Netflix show. Now, I love Dark Crystal. I haven't watched it in a very long time.
I haven't either.
It's on Netflix right now, so I'm going to have to go watch it.
I need to.
But he's going to be in the prequel series as, I don't know, as character or characters voice. I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know too much about it. I know it's a prequel series.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's been a long time since I watched Dark Crystal, so I really don't remember too much about it.
I don't either at this point.
But what a perfect person to put in the prequel series.
Yeah, right? I mean...
than Mark Hamill. He deserves it. You could go and watch the whole, them surprising him. He wants to try to act all humble and, joke with it, but the dude just now got his Walk of Fame star or whatever last year, which is long overdue.
Yeah.
In the first place, too. So, what we're trying to say is Mark Hamill is greatness.
He's been underrated and overlooked, I think, by many years, just for the simple fact that it's hard to tell that is actually him playing said voice.
And they can't get past the fact that he's Luke Skywalker.
I know. And
I mean, when you say...
To me, people can holler, oh, that's Luke Skywalker. No, that's the clown prince of crime.
Yeah.
Because by far that's been his longest running role ever, is the Joker.
Yeah.
And he will always be the Joker.
He will always be... I mean, when I compare...
He has played the Joker more than anybody.
When I compare different versions of the Joker, I don't go on the comics. I mean, I do, but I don't. I go by, can you beat Mark Hamill? Did Heath Ledger beat Mark Hamill? No. He was close.
He was damn good.
But, of course, that is a different version of Joker.
Exactly.
And that's another thing people need to realize.
And that's where Ledger actually got his inspiration from, was Mark Hamill's Joker.
Right.
It's where he got his laugh, everything.
I don't doubt. I'm not going to sit here and say, I think we've had this conversation before.
I want to see Mark Hamill play an older fucking Joker.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Please. DC, fucking do that, please.
Okay, because at this point, you've done fucking Lost anyways.
Do that and you could probably redeem yourself.
It's a long ways to go with that, but,
Just stand back, give Mark Hamill a fuck ton of cash and say, here, have at it.
Well, you don't even have to write a script. Just don't even write the script. Just give it to Mark Hamill, say, here's what we want you to do. Just do the voice of the Joker. And that's all you got to do. He'll do it.
Yep.
And he'll do it better than what you could ever think of, what you could ever imagine. But really, DC has dropped the ball, so it don't even matter because they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
Because they're too stupid. They're dumb.
We beat that horse to death earlier.
And I'll beat it some more.
I'll
beat it some more because they beat their poor fans.
I'm tired of beating
with this.
At this point.
Yeah. So the last thing I got to say, DC, you fucking suck. Okay? That's all I'm going to say about that. End of story.
And, you talked about Dark Crystal being on Netflix. We've also got The Witcher coming to Netflix.
Oh, and they're going to have Henry Cavill be the main character. I don't know much about The Witcher. I don't know if you do or not. I've never played the game.
I know some. He's basically a monster hunter with kind of like, they call him the Witcher, but really it's based off a book, and the video games is based off the said book.
And I heard this series is going to be based more on the books.
Yeah, and technically he's not a witch, he's a warlock. It's a male
Okay. Oh,
witch.
yeah, exactly.
But why they call him Witcher, I don't know. I haven't really played the games because they're stupid long. But I'm interested in the show.
I am too, because they say...
I'm definitely going to give it a shot.
Yeah, because they say you don't have to play the games or read the books to jump into this and enjoy it.
Yeah, which
Henry
nice.
Cavill, he impressed me with Superman.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not a Superman fan at all. Do not like Superman.
Well, I ain't going to say I don't like Superman, but that's one superhero that has been beat to death and done to death.
Right. And Henry Cavill brought a good, refreshing look on Superman. He did great. So I'm going to give The Witcher a chance because I do believe it's going to be good.
Yeah.
And it is something that's right up our alley.
Absolutely.
So The Witcher is one thing I'm definitely looking forward to watching.
There's another one I know you're looking forward to watching. And it kind of caught you both, I think, by surprise. Was Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh my God. Yes. Thank you for bringing that up. I loved Rocco's Modern Life. See, when I first heard the announcement a couple weeks ago, I thought they were talking about they were bringing the series to Netflix to watch.
Yeah, the animated series, what we grew up watching.
Now, after watching Comic-Con, it's actually a movie. It's going to be, Rocco, Filbert, and Heifer was in space for 20 years. And they're coming back to the 21st century.
I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and watch that over again.
Because the trailer had some pretty interesting Rocco dealing with what was going on. And it cracks me up. If you've not seen the trailer, it's called Rocco's Modern Life Static Cling.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Rocco... I loved Rocco's Modern Life. Of course, watching it now, I realize how the hell was this even a kid's show?
Oh, there's a lot of shit that went over your head as a child.
Oh, yeah.
Bad. The fact Rocco was at one time a sex
hotline operator.
Yeah.
That completely went over my head until I seen that.
And it wasn't until we got older that we realized that.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of those Nicktoons that kind of flew over the name Angry Beavers. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going into any more.
Yeah. Angry Beavers.
Which I actually like Doug. I know there was nothing wrong with Doug, but I did like Doug.
Well, you're talking about Rocco's Modern Life on Netflix, and another animated show that they brought up was Rick and Morty.
And you know how much of a huge fan I am of Rick and Morty.
Yeah, sadly I haven't started watching it yet. Never seen an episode.
I swear you need to watch it, I'm telling you.
I've seen the stuff, I'm Pickle Rick and all this shit.
If you like Squidbillies, right? So you will love Rick and Morty. You liked Aqua Teen, right?
Yeah.
You'll love Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Watch it.
I've been told it kind of falls in the same category like Futurama and Squidbillies, Aqua Teen.
Yeah, in that humor, yeah, it really does. It's it's definitely right up your alley. The thing about it is they finally announced it's going to be 10 episodes this season, and they've already started to work on season 5, and which is big news for a lot of fans because I don't know if you know this, but Rick and Morty's infamous of having almost 2-year gaps in between their seasons.
Really?
Yeah. Season 2 and 3, I think, was 3 years apart.
Holy shit.
2 or 3 years apart. Something like that. So, that's big news right there.
Yeah, the fact that they're at least trying to cut down the time in between seasons is huge.
Yeah, because it's I'm telling you, it's probably one of the best shows I've ever watched. I love it.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
Speaking of shows that we both love,
Oh, I think I know where you're getting with this.
and kind of sad,
Yeah.
the Supernatural, the final season,
Yeah.
is coming upon us. I don't know, man. It's bittersweet.
Season 15, I think it is.
Season 15. At least we know they're actually going to end it their way, and not going to be like just canceled.
Yeah.
But Sam and Dean.
They have a shitstorm to wrap up, literally.
Yeah, I mean, who else to go against as a final boss than, well, God? I mean, can you think of anybody higher than
I think
of a villain?
I think Amora is going to come back and help Sam, well, especially Dean, seeing that basically her pick and baby,
Yeah.
where he carried her around so long.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is going to be really, really interesting.
Yeah.
The guys who play, the cast, Jared Jensen, Misha Collins, even Jack, I'll get into that here in just a second, said that the ending will satisfy fans. Even though they know that they can't satisfy everybody.
They're
Kind of a knock on
thinking-
Game of Thrones people.
They're basically saying they'll be able to satisfy the mass majority.
Yeah. They know that us, the fans that love the show truly, are going to appreciate the ending. Now, I just mentioned Jack. They asked the guy who plays him, they said, where does Jack go from here? And he said, am I supposed to be confirming that Jack is back in some capacity? And they all kind of laughed, so I wonder what that means.
Well, basically, he let it out that, yeah, they'd see Jack throughout this final season.
Probably flashbacks, maybe? I mean...
I don't know. It probably has something to do with Rowena.
I mean, he was killed by God. I mean, I don't know if I just spoil it for everybody, but, I mean... How do you come back from that?
I don't think you're really spoiling it, because that was season 14, and here's season 15 getting ready to start.
Yeah. It's... I don't know. It's interesting. I've probably used the word interesting like 50,000 times this episode, but it really is.
It's going to be exciting to see what they do with it.
You got the final villain of the final season, God.
Which is kind of strange using them two,
Yeah.
saying that he's going to be a villain.
Oh, that's really weird. But, I mean...
But, they could do spin-offs.
Well, at one point...
Because it was alluded to in season 14, if you remember, that basically Supernatural, what they're showing is
multiple universes. Yeah.
Is the universe he likes the most.
Yeah, so it does kind of make you wonder.
Or the two he likes the most out of all of Sam and Dean's.
That's not a coincidence he just said that, because that's what kind of pissed off Sam and Dean at the end and had a falling out with them.
Yeah.
Was the fact that, because who was it that told him that God was just like a writer and he was just making different stories up?
Shit.
It was the big villain of last season.
Shit.
I don't know, but
I can't remember his name.
last season was really good. It's like, okay, seasons 1 through 5, perfect, great, fabulous. There's not a bad season of those. Especially season 1 and 2, the way they were like urban myths, like the Hook Man and all that. And then it kind of got a little bit more, not darker, but, more into the lore. But
yeah,
season 6 was great. I love Solar Sam. And the introduction of Eve, the mother of all monsters, which I think they could have taken that 2 seasons.
I forgot about her.
Oh, Eve?
Yeah.
You should hear the theory that she's probably a Leviathan. Because you notice when they killed her, she leaked the same black ooze, almost. Yeah. Interesting. Read into it. It kind of makes you wonder if she was a Leviathan or not. Which brings me to the next season, season 7. I don't know about you, but I kind of forget about that season. Just because it's terrible.
It's all kind of a damn blur, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, Bobby, that was my favorite character, was Bobby.
Yeah. He did come back in the last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
Well, a different Bobby.
A different Bobby, yeah.
But still.
Season 8 was really good about closing the gates of hell.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good season. Season 9, I don't know, man. I have a love-hate relationship with that. It was just kind of a weird season. You know, the angels falling, Metatron. You have the ending, what happens to to Dean and Crowley. I love season 10, Demon Dean.
Yeah.
In the Mark of Cain.
Gets the mark.
Season 11 was alright with Amara. Season 12, alright. Season 13, good. Season 14 was fabulous last year, so...
Yeah, they definitely started going back upwards.
Yeah, because for a while it was kind of hit or miss every season.
Yeah.
So...
Like really from episode to episode.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was a few episodes in season 7 that was good. But it's just the overall storyline with the Leviathans. I think they could have done so much better with them. You know, being the first beast, being before angels.
Yeah.
They could have gone through...
you could do all kinds with that.
Yeah. And the whole big theory around the time that Eve was a Leviathan because of the way, like I said...
Well, that brings up the question, too, with that theory. They're from the darkness. We know the darkness is Amora. So, is she the one that created these beings instead of Chuck or God?
I think she did create the Leviathans. I think that was revealed, but I'm not for sure.
I can't remember. I really can't.
I don't remember, but I kind of want to go back and watch them all to get ready for it.
That'll take a long fucking time.
Yeah. But, I mean, I know I can breeze through seasons 1 through 5, really 6, fast, because it's just amazing. But...
Yeah, we don't have that kind of time.
No. I find myself, I did it with Game of Thrones last year. And it took an awfully long time to get that done. I started in November of last year, and it lasted me all the way to right before the final season aired, like a week before, in April of this year. So, and that's just 7, 8 seasons right there. So,
yeah, you can imagine trying to go back and do 14.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be difficult. I don't know if I really could. I might not. I got a lot of stuff I'm trying to watch as it is. I'm trying to catch up on Stranger Things right now.
I haven't even started it. I still haven't gotten around to watching season 3 of Daredevil yet, and I love that show.
Oh, that's a good show. Stranger Things it's kind of right up my alley because it's like cheesy 80s horror, but it's really good. So I kind of really enjoy that. I'm trying to go back and watch it all because I watched the first season, but third season just premiered.
Yeah,
so
I haven't even started it.
Trying to go back and watch all that.
Yeah, you said you brought Stranger Things and you said 80s horror. It's kind of 80s horror because it was written back then by Stephen King. They did mention about It Chapter 2, and I think revealed the cast and
dropped the trailer.
See, I haven't seen the trailer
Yeah,
yet.
they dropped the final trailer for it.
I haven't seen none of the trailers for it.
Really? You're not seeing
No.
part 2?
No, I haven't.
Oh, man. See, the problem I had with part 1 was they didn't show Pennywise, a lot. When he was on screen, yeah, great. But they didn't show him enough. This trailer looks like he's going to be in it more.
Well, as children, even in the book and the miniseries that Stephen King done and directed, as children, Pennywise was kind of just in the background. He never was in the forefront a whole lot. I mean, yeah, he scared them here and there. It wasn't until they become adults and go back to Derry that, he's more prevalent, I guess you could say. He had more screen time.
Okay. See, I don't think I've ever made it through the whole book before. I mean, I know in the book he's got a name and he's got a background from where he's from and all this.
Oh yeah. Well, in the miniseries they kind of go into that.
See, the only thing I didn't like about the miniseries, the movie, and well, I don't know how it is in the book, but the actual movie, the last one, the first one movie, was he was a giant fucking spider. I hate fucking spiders. I hate them. Death to all spiders.
I think in the book that's another visualization that this entity and being is, because this entity and being is spread across Stephen King's sort of universe. It's interconnected with a couple of different ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's...
Yeah, Stephen King got his own fucking universe.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I forget what his actual true name of this evil is, but it's the evil that's in The Shining and...
Really? So The Shining and it's connected?
Yeah, there's more than that too. I forget what now they said was basically connected, but The Shining's one of the biggest ones I remember.
Holy fucking hell, you just completely blew my mind just now.
Well, in the book and in the miniseries, they mention the only special ones, the ones, remember in the movie, only the ones that shine, can see said things or do, all this like mystical bullshit. And that kind of ties it, all these people are shiners, I guess, is how it was listed. It's been a while since I read and listened to it. It's why I'm iffy about what I'm saying, but...
Yeah, you have completely and utterly blew my mind just now.
Yeah. We could probably do a whole fucking episode on that.
That's fucking crazy.
I know.
Wow.
But yeah, I know for sure it's Shining. I'm wanting to say, Carrie's also in that universe.
Really?
I think maybe Pet Cemetery.
I can kind of see Pet Cemetery, but Carrie?
Yeah, because she's telekinesis.
Okay, yeah.
Shit, I reckon there's quite a few, I reckon.
I am totally Googling this.
Yeah.
Later.
It's you'll get to reading and go, holy shit, I had no idea. It's wild when I first read it. But that had been years ago. And I think even the Dark Towers is in there somewhere.
Now, I did hear the Dark Towers was always connected to another movie or another,
Well,
series.
There's a bunch of them. This evil entity is basically the evil entity in several Stephen King books and or movies.
Wow. I'm telling you, you just kind of blew my mind.
I do know some things, like I've said on a previous episode. I know a lot of shit, and that's just it. It's pure shit. It's useless shit.
Yeah, but to me, that's not useless. You just completely fucked with me just now.
Well, speaking of being fucked with, how about a favorite stoner movie getting a sequel after 18 fucking years?
Are you talking about Jay and Silent Bob reboot?
I'm pretty sure it's been about 18 years.
Man, I tell you, that trailer is everything I wanted in a Jay and Silent Bob movie and more. The fact that you've seen Silent Bob kind of like an Iron Man armor or something like that.
Yeah.
And spoofing on how everything is getting rebooted.
Well, they spoof Comic-Con in itself in the trailer.
Yeah.
Because it shows Jason Biggs and James Vanderbeek
Yeah.
doing a panel at Comic-Con.
They're like, what? They asked him about the reboot. He goes, why would anybody want to reboot this movie? And then they're like, it's complete and utter garbage.
You have like 40 different actors making cameos.
Not to mention Shannon Elizabeth coming back.
Yeah, she'll be back.
Because apparently Jay has a daughter who is played by Kevin Smith's real life daughter,
Yep.
Harley Quinn Smith.
And you have the girl that plays Supergirl, Melissa.
I've never watched Supergirl.
I can't remember her name. Melissa something.
I know she's hot.
She's also in the movie.
So this is going to be an amazing movie.
And it was all shot, I think, in Louisiana around Mardi Gras time.
Because did you see what it's about? They're trying to stop the reboot
From getting made.
of Blunt Man and Chronic, which they've still not been paid royalties, where the characters are based off them. So they're trying to stop the reboot.
Again.
So it's called Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. I've met Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes before. What you see Jason Mewes do as Jay is really Jay. That's really
Jason Mewes.
Yeah, he's not as mean as Jay is kind of, but
That's how
acts
he
just
acts.
like that. He cusses just like that.
Yeah, during the panel they had at Comic-Con, a guy asked a question, and he's like, dude, I'm so sorry. He said, you come into a 7-Eleven where I worked at the time or something, and evidently it's been within the last year or two, and waiting to get waited on at the deli or some shit. He said, you just start dancing, and somebody goes, check that out. He said, it's just another damn junkie. And Jason Mewes goes, yeah, dude, you was right, it's just another damn junkie. And then all of a sudden he cracks a joke about something, I forget what it is, and he's like, I've earned myself a pee break, and he literally just fucking takes off running and has to go all the way across fucking some kind of damn convention hall. Kevin Smith's like, really? That's the closest fucking bathroom?
Jay he acts just like he does in the movies. He's a really nice guy because while we were all out there waiting, the last day Comic-Con didn't start. The doors didn't open until 12 o'clock.
Oh, in Lexington.
Yeah. So this was like 3 years ago. So here comes Mewes at 11 o'clock with 20, 30 pizzas and just starts handing them down the lines to people.
Yeah.
And he's an amazing guy. I mean, and Kevin Smith, I can't say anything more about Kevin Smith. See, when I went to Lexington Comic-Con, this was, like I said, 3 years ago.
Yeah, that was before he had his heart attack.
Yeah, it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Friday night, this was a separate thing you had to buy tickets for, but it was only open to the people of Comic-Con.
Yeah.
They have a podcast called The Secret Stash or something like that. And I don't know what their podcast. I think it's called The Secret Stash. But they were recording it that night. You had to have separate ticket. Well, Friday night, it was Friday night after I was, getting ready to lay down and go to bed. I see on their Facebook page, Kevin Smith agreed to stay and do professional photo ops with a certain amount of people.
Yeah.
For a certain amount of time, because then he had to go back to Jersey. Luckily enough, I got down there that morning at 6 a.m. I was the only person there besides me was the guy buffing the floors of Rip Arena. So I got there pretty early.
Yeah, he's gonna make sure he's gonna make Kevin.
Yeah. And I was wearing my he loves Star Wars just like me.
Yeah.
I got the zip up hoodie.
Oh, the Darth Vader one?
Yeah, the Darth Vader one. The hood zips up to his mask. I know, nerdy as can be. I don't care. Fuck anybody who says I should grow up. Fuck you. I love that hoodie. I don't wear it out, but I have it. I got a Jason Voorhees one too. Anyways, yeah. So I got in there. I was wearing that hoodie, and I go in there to meet him, and I go to shake his hand. He goes, "No, man." He goes, "I don't shake hands." He goes, "I give my fans hugs." I was like, "Oh,
all
okay."
Right.
But I mean, I can't tell. It's Kevin Smith. I'm not going to say, "Hey, fuck, don't give me a hug."
Right.
I mean, so I give him a hug, and these professional photo ops got to be quick. Snap, go, snap, go.
Yeah.
Then your picture prints out, digitally in the next room in about 20 minutes. But he started. He goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" He goes, "I love that jacket. Is that what I think it is?" I go, "Yep, it zips up into the hoodie." He goes, "Let me see that." So I zipped it up, and the guy's like, "Kevin, we have to hurry." He's like, "Oh man, it's okay. I gotta see this. I'll make sure everybody gets their picture." And I had to zip it up. He goes, "Man, that's the coolest fucking jacket. Where'd you get that?" He goes, "Did you have to order that?" I said, "I got that at Walmart." He goes, "You got that at Walmart?" I said, "Yeah, they had a Deadpool one, and I named off a bunch of other ones." He goes, "Stormtrooper too?" I said, "Yeah, they had some Stormtroopers." I said, "They had a Jason Voorhees one." I said, so the moral of the story is I impressed Kevin Smith with my Darth Vader hoodie.
Well, I mentioned that was before he had his heart attack. They started filming this movie literally 1 year after he had his heart attack.
Really?
Yeah.
So that just goes to show you.
And he's dropped a bunch of weight.
Oh yeah, he really has.
He quit smoking cigarettes.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Well, he also tells you how he quit smoking cigarettes.
Yeah. I heard about that.
Which is pretty awesome.
But the only negative thing about it, though, I mean, of course, the heart attack was negative. Did you know Comic Book Man got canceled?
Oh, that sucks.
I met all those guys except for Walter. I met Mang. I met Brian, the bearded guy.
Yeah. He also.
And Mike Zapsik. I've met them all.
You also
except
have
for Walter.
Method Man and Red Man in the movie.
Oh God, yes. I love me some Wu-Tang.
Somebody else that was Kevin Smith was saying in the movie was his buddy Ben Affleck.
You mean Batman?
Yeah, Batman.
Ex-Batman?
At first, he wasn't going to be in the movie. Kevin Smith hadn't talked to him in like 8 years.
Really? That long? Was it like a falling out or what?
No, it wasn't a falling out. Just both of them just so busy with everything going on.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah.
And he done an interview or something on Twitter, something like that. He tells about it at his panel in Comic-Con. And Ben Affleck said, somebody asked him, I think maybe it was in an interview, he said, "No, I haven't been approached to do that yet." He said, "But I'm open."
I kind of hope Mark Hamil makes an appearance too as, what was it, Cock Knocker?
Yeah, Cock Knocker.
So there was no fight. It was just like they were both busy.
Yeah, both busy and just lost touch. And Kevin was afraid to reach out to him. Was afraid. He's like, people say, shit like that just to be nice. he said, I was kind of afraid our friendship had fell apart. And he eventually reached out to Ben Affleck, and Ben Affleck is in the movie reprising his character.
Which is awesome, because, I mean, Ben Affleck is just awesome anyways. I mean,
in some things.
Well, I mean, look, I'm not going to judge him by that crappy movie Daredevil. I mean, it was crappy for anybody. I mean, Jennifer Garner's still hot regardless
Yeah.
of what she did as Elektra. But, I mean, still, I'm glad he's back in it and they're talking together, because maybe they can brainstorm, and maybe, you know, Kevin could talk some sense into him of not leaving Batman, because, you know, he's the Batman we need. We don't need glittery vampire Batmans.
No.
But did you hear Kevin Smith's news about Star Wars? So Star Wars didn't show up to Comic-Con, but I mean, it's Star Wars. What competition do they really have? I mean,
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of shit they're doing, but I mean,
what took Star Wars' place, not to cut you off or interrupt, but, you know, it was about Star Trek.
Yeah.
Star Trek Picard, they had the Picard Museum, it's supposed to be in the show, all this other shit. I can't say much more beyond that, because I don't know a whole hell lot about Star Trek.
I don't either. I don't know shit about Star Trek, and I'm not knocking on Star Trek. Neither one of it's we've never watched it.
I've watched some of the older movies way back when, you know,
I've watched The Search for
smaller.
Spock. That's about the only one I've watched.
But yeah, so Star Wars basically has no competition.
No. Well, I mean, they showed some toys, some figurines, but of course, Star Wars figurines are just a big deal in itself because they're very collectible.
Yeah.
I collect a lot of Darth Vader stuff. Now, I love Mark Hamill and all, but I'm a big Vader Sith Lord supporter.
Yeah.
I have a fucking Darth Vader coffee cup.
That's because you want to be the Sith Lord.
Well, yeah. I mean, who don't want to be him? There's a lot of people I like to force choke.
Well, that could be a whole fucking topic and episode into itself.
Yeah. But he come out and he was talking. I don't know if it was like, he's not seen the new episode 9. But I don't know if it was like he was talking to like
he was talking, I think,
cast or crew or something.
One of the executives maybe, or some part of the production or something.
They said they had wished they had not seen it because
they've got to see basically the final cut of what's going to be shown in theaters.
Well, he told Kevin it will melt your mind of how good episode 9 is. He said, I wish I had never seen it because I kind of want to go and watch. Wish I could have seen on the big screen.
Yeah.
For my first time. He said, I just don't want you, Kevin, to give up that experience, because he said it's going to be awesome. Going to melt your mind is how good it is.
We'll see.
And I mean, hey, I'm going to trust his word for it, because I mean, Kevin he knows what he's talking about.
Yep.
So
we'll see.
Speaking of the 80s, we have gotten off subject quite a few times, but talking about 80s stuff.
Yeah, we brought it up a couple of times.
Classic 80s movie that is, I didn't even know this was going to be a movie. It just surprised the hell out of me. Did you know they're making another Terminator? Terminator Dark Fate?
No.
Just completely took me by surprise. Linda Hamilton's coming back. They dropped the trailer. Apparently what this is going to be, remember in Terminator 2 when she destroys Cyberdyne Industries?
Yeah.
Well, this is going to be the consequences of what happened after she did that. Basically a split in the timeline, like an alternate reality.
Yeah.
So basically Terminator 3 and Salvation has never happened.
Just like it never happened.
Well, I can't say Salvation, but Terminator 3 is basically not going to happen.
Or at least not that way.
Yeah. How many more times can James Cameron keep coming with these movies?
Well, I mean,
Terminator
3 kind of shit.
I liked it. I mean, it wasn't good as Terminator 2, but I mean, I liked it.
I mean, that seemed to be the general consensus from everybody. Terminator 3 was shit.
Yeah.
Terminator Salvation, pretty well shit too.
It had some redeeming qualities to it.
But I mean, overall, it you know, pretty well shit.
Okay, yeah. The last one that came out a couple years ago, what was it called? Genesis? Yeah, Genesis.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a good one.
That was good, but it was confusing. Because look, when you get into time travel,
yeah, shit gets confusing.
Yeah,
quick.
it gets completely confusing.
If done wrong, you can, like you say, confuse and lose the fucking audience.
Yeah, it's
quickly.
And that's what it kind of.
And that's no good.
It kind of happened to me on Genesis a little bit. It kind of confused the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what exactly was going on at certain times. Like, okay, well, what about the original timeline? Wait, why are they doing this to John Connor? What's going on? I was like confused at times.
Yeah, and that's the worst film in the movie to me, because your immersion in the movie is lost at that point.
Kind of like what Endgame did with its little time traveling thing in the middle of the movie.
Yeah.
I was afraid I was going to get totally lost in that, but they managed to keep it simple.
They kept it
right there.
They actually didn't lose. They didn't lose me, and evidently didn't lose you, so they done a pretty damn good job.
Yeah. And that's the thing about the multiverse, too, with Doctor Strange. I got a feeling. I hope they don't lose us in different realities, like Supernatural. I hope we don't get lost in, if they introduce the different Sam and Dean realities.
Yeah.
You know, time travel is a very, very
finicky thing.
Yeah. Because
even parallel universes is finicky.
Yeah.
Because a movie like a similar trope, Shutter Island.
I love Shutter Island. I completely forgot about it, and I'm glad you pointed that out.
And Inception.
God, Inception's so confusing.
You don't know whether it's a dream or it's real, and you can have the same problem in multiverse and parallel universes. So that's something I hope that they steer clear of.
Not to switch subjects, but if you're talking about Shutter Island, I hope they don't ever make another Shutter Island, because the way it ended, or not Shutter Island, Inception.
Yeah.
Because the way it ended with that dice, you don't know really. I think it was dice, wasn't it?
No, it was a top.
Top. You don't know if it was real or was a dream. It cut off just like that.
Yeah. The only thing that leads you to believe that it's real is the fact that the top is starting to wobble.
Right. But it could just almost,
Yeah, it could still just keep spinning forever.
Right.
So.
And I like that whole mystery. You don't ever have to make another one, because it's always going to be.
Yeah.
Everybody's always going to wonder about it.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I mean, Inception was really confusing too when you start to talk. There's another thing about Rick and Morty. they made an episode one time trying to get Morty better grades. That way he can keep on going on adventures. So they make an Inception episode. And they end up going into the dream.
Just like the movie did.
Yeah, I mean,
where you're like 4 levels down.
Yeah, it's really. They end up getting into involving a Freddy Krueger-like character called Scary Terry. And he's got actually like butter knives as fingers. And he goes around and calls people bitch.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, everything he says is bitch. Come back here, bitch. I mean, everything is bitch. It's like one of the second episodes ever. But it is absolutely fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like he ends up like they're hiding. There's this part he goes, "You can run, but you can't hide, bitch." And then Morty is like, "Well, what about if we just do what he says not to and actually hide?" So they hide, and it's like 4 hours later, and he's still running around the dream town trying to find them while they're hiding. So he goes to his little house with his scary family with little Terry and his wife.
Oh, hell.
And he ends up going to school, a scary school.
Oh, God.
And like his teacher's like a Ben, God, not Ben Stiller, Ben Wise, is that his name? Ben Stein.
Ben Stein.
Like a Ben Stein kind of a teacher.
Yeah.
Sir, JP, I swear you gotta watch Rick and Morty. If we got the day off, you gotta watch at least a couple episodes. You will love it.
I probably will.
Especially that episode. It's like the second episode ever. It's hilarious. Bitch.
Well, speaking of bitches, or bitch, Mayans MC.
What do you call them? Bitches now?
Well, no, but what do they call their old women?
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah. I know you've never watched Sons of Anarchy, have you?
I have. I haven't watched all of it, but I've watched enough of it to know what's going on.
To me, the ending of that show was just perfect. Of course, you're gonna have these stupid bitches and assholes and everybody else that's always got to criticize the endings of everything. I mean, why can't you just enjoy it? Enjoy the fucking ending. Enjoy the show.
Well, the ending, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is, you know, Jax has replaced, what was Ron Perlman's character name?
Oh, Clay? Yeah.
What, Clay's dead or in prison or something along those lines. Basically, he's no longer with the club in any capacity. Yeah. And I don't know what made Jax decide to just run head first right into the 18-wheeler.
I have no idea.
But supposedly that was how his actual dad died.
I can't give away too much because I don't want to spoil it for you or really anybody for that matter, because I think you need to watch that all the way through.
But I mean, unless you believe the memes, then, you know, his actual dad sold women's shoes.
Yeah. I'm actually really looking forward to that, the Minds MC, because it goes by, you know enough to know who the Minds, they're the other club.
Yeah.
So it goes in 2.5 years after the end of Sons of Anarchy.
For basically, probably the Minds is on top and Sons of Anarchy's barely hanging on or gone.
Well, no, they're all living in peace. Basically, it's the best way I can describe it. I don't want to ruin everything for you when it comes to that show, because I think I want you to watch it and enjoy it. And but it's like 2.5 years after the Sons of it. The club. Sam Crow is in it, but not a lot. You don't see like Chibs or Tig like that, but you see a lot of the other charters. You don't see the Charming, but you do see the other club.
Yeah.
The other charters. So it's really good. I can't wait, because season 1 got left on quite a big revelation and cliffhanger.
Oh, so there's already been a season out.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the second season right here.
Okay.
It left on a big cliffhanger, and I'm interested to see where they're going to go from there, because it was a really big cliffhanger. Did not see it coming.
Well, something else, that we're both excited about is Zombieland 2.
Man, they dropped that trailer so unexpected, because we've been hearing for a year now that they were
at least
in talks.
6 to 8 months.
Yeah, that they were at least in talks of it, and everybody was going to come back, but all of a sudden it was just like nothing. Then bam! By the way, here's your trailer.
Yeah.
Congratulations, here you go.
Woody Harrelson's got 2 movies coming out in October: Carnage and Zombieland 2.
So is that going to come out in October?
Yes. Zombieland 2 is coming out October 18th.
This year?
Yes. Carnage is also coming out.
I thought it was next year.
Nope. It's this year.
Well, goddamn.
Right.
Whoa. I must not have paid attention to that trailer at the end right there. Speaking of the end of that trailer.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot to gather from that fucking trailer, too. I mean, obviously, Emma Stone's there. Woody Harrelson.
Let me just stop you right there.
Maybe I should have left her last.
All right. Now, every guy, it's guys right here, we all got those celebrity women that we are just infatuated with.
Celebrity crush, I think is what you're trying to say.
We all got those celebrity crushes. Everybody's got that one that, like, for me, Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez, from the very beginning, I have been just in love with her. I love Jennifer Lopez. I love that her backside, I love everything about her. She's such a great actress.
You just like her big ass.
Yeah, I do. I don't like that she's married to Alex Rodriguez of the Yankees. Fuck you, Yankees. And fuck you, A-Rod.
Well, yeah.
Just because you're also married now to Jennifer Lopez and you're a Yankees guy, I don't like you now. I don't like you at all.
Well, yeah, you are a big Red Sox man. So.
Yeah. So, you got 2 strikes against you. And now you took... Anyways, Emma Stone is up there on that list, too. Love Emma Stone. She's gorgeous. She's got a great sense of humor. She's hilarious. So, anything with Emma Stone in it, this is the point, is anything with Emma Stone in it, I'm going to watch.
Well, she's there, so...
I'm going to watch it. Several times.
You know, and she reprising her role as Wichita. And then Woody Harrelson, of course, reprising his role as,
Tallahassee.
Yeah, Tallahassee. Damn it. Thank you. I forgot. Jesse Eisenberg reprising his role as Columbus.
Did you see the end of the trailer?
Oh, yeah.
When he's talking to that, was it Luke Wilson or something playing that guy?
Something like that runs over his fucking Cadillac with a monster truck.
Yeah, and he's acting just like Tallahassee.
Right.
And then they're just sitting here, Wichita and Jesse Eisenberg's character, they're sitting there talking. And they're like, does this not look familiar to you? Then all of a sudden, a character comes out looking just like Jesse Eisenberg's character.
Yep.
And Emma Stone's like, what is going on here?
Yeah. I mean, I love the fact that he's in the White House with his feet kicked up on the desk, smoking a cigar.
Living the dream.
And, you know, of course, they're breaking shit. And evidently they run in, and from the trailer you get a brief glimpse of Emma Stone being jealous. Her character being jealous.
See, I thought they got together at the end of the first one.
What they did, and they're still together. But she is jealous because Columbus had run into this girl.
Oh, the
one that goes flying into the
the
fucking dashboard. She said, I forgot the seatbelt rule. And you see that look just come across Wichita's face like, oh, you've told her the rules?
She goes...
It's like, oh, shit.
She goes, oh, you're so cute. And then she goes flying across.
Yeah, and just the look on her face, you can tell is like, you know, Columbus is in fucking trouble. He just don't realize it yet.
But just, typical fashion Columbus, he don't understand quite what's going on.
No, he don't have a fucking clue. Because Emma Stone goes, oh, aren't you so cute? You told her about the rules.
I've told her a couple. Just a couple.
And she says, just 73. And you can just see the look. I mean, any guy out there with a girl knows the look I'm talking about.
Yep.
All too fucking well. It's one of them, you fucked up, and she was going to proceed to tell you how bad you have fucked up for an extended amount of time.
And even when she does tell you, she will tell you 30 more times
how you fucked up.
Within years. She will keep on reminding you.
Oh, yeah, she'll never forget.
It don't care if it's 10 years from now and you're all still living in a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. She'll still tell you.
Yeah, you could be the only two people left alive on that planet. She's gonna be mad at you, bro.
Yep. And then you got Little Rock taking off with some guy from Berkeley.
I think it's gonna be kind of like the reason why she's taking off. I think she's gonna be gone for most of the movie.
Well, in the trailer, it makes her seem like she's there quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then, she's run away or something, and they're having to go find her.
Yeah, it could be misleading, or it could be, I don't know. It's just like, I get the sense where she's like all grown up, a teenager now.
Yep.
In a zombie apocalypse, she's got that whole rebellious teen phase.
Well, I mean, one of the first things, well, I don't know if it's the first thing she asked the guy from Berkeley, but it's the first thing you see in the trailer with her from the guy with Berkeley. You happen to have any weed?
Yeah.
So, I mean, she very well could be in her teenage, rebellious, young adult stage, 17, 18, whatever.
Yeah, that's the only thing I have seen that girl in ever besides Zombieland. Just these movies.
I don't fucking know. I don't know who the hell the actress is playing her.
I don't either. She's, like I said, it's the only two things I've ever seen her in.
That we know of.
Yeah, that we know of.
I mean, she may be a huge star on some shit that we don't watch, but...
Exactly.
That's...
Twilight 90 or whatever it is.
I've never watched Twilight, never planned to watch Twilight, not going to fucking watch Twilight.
Glittery vampires is not something I like.
If I'm watching a vampire movie, I don't want my vampires to fucking glitter and sparkle. Okay?
Give me a Jerry Dandridge Front Night vampire.
Or
Queen of the Damned Aaliyah. I mean, hey, I'm just saying.
Like Dracula Untold.
Yeah.
Give me that type of vampire.
Or how about, have you ever watched Bordello of Blood?
No.
It's a Tales of the Crypt kind of a movie. It's called Bordello of Blood. It's got Dennis Miller in it. But it has this one redheaded bitch in it. God. She posed for Playboy. She was pretty famous. But God, she's gorgeous in there. She's a vampire.
So was Salma Hayek in Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh God, from Dusk Till Dawn, I forgot about that.
That was like her first fucking movie role, or major movie role, anyways.
Yeah. So, but anyways, before we close this up on Comic-Con, there is one thing I have to ask you, and I'm surprised you've not mentioned it yet.
I think I know what you're going to ask, but go ahead.
But did you find Waldo?
No. Adam Savage, I did not.
I mean, I like to find Carrie Bynum.
Well, yeah.
She don't have to have clothes on. I mean, as long as I just find her.
Well, I think you're fucking dreaming today. Is what I think. Or you got a bad case of wishful thinking.
I'm kind of on point this morning, so.
But anyways, no, I didn't find, Adam Savage hasn't missed a Comic-Con, but evidently this year he did. Which kind of fucking sucks and is bullshit.
Or did he?
Well...
Is he trying to throw us off?
Well, here's the thing. He's doing Savage Builds. So, that's his new show on Discovery.
Okay, I was just going to ask you what channel it was on. Does Carrie Bynum make an appearance?
She hasn't yet. Tori Belleci has.
I like Mythbusters. I'm willing to.
So I wouldn't doubt if all of them don't eventually come back together, with the exception of Jamie Heineman.
Yeah, I think we've talked about.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
But this is like the first Comic-Con that he's missed in a long time, and I'm just wondering if it's because he couldn't get away from shooting.
Might be, or he might be just throwing you off. He might have said, you know what? That JP from Hillbilly Havoc.
Yeah,
thinks he's got me.
If he fucking knows who I am, hey, hell yeah. Awesome. Send me something autographed, Adam, please.
Yeah.
But
we're actually big fans.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I love Carrie Bynum. But I'm just saying, I'm actually a big fan of Mythbusters. I like the show.
Just like, how Mark Hamill has promoted the geek culture, Adam Savage has done the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
But... I was watching his show on YouTube, and they was talking to, I think it's Vera Props, something like that. They're based out of London, or out of England anyways. and the Grant Harma replacement Norm was doing the interview, and they briefly mentioned, he said, I had to come by and see us. And they said, yeah, we know Adam hasn't been by. Adam's not here. And that's all I've been able to find is Adam evidently did not get to go or did not fucking show up to Comic-Con, which is fucking horse shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking bullshit. Because people watching the videos, watching the internet, on Twitter, are all trying to guess, hey, have we seen Adam? What could he go as this year? It kind of gets everybody involved in the whole fucking thing. And the fact he didn't get to go, just fuck.
I think he's fucking with you. I also do. I think he's fucking with you and everybody else.
Well, I mean, he may be.
Hardcore.
If he did, that's he pulled off a hell of a one. But usually by now, he's on one of the videos, it has showed he's put up a one-day build of his costume that he done to wear at Comic-Con already.
What did he go as?
This year, he didn't put up nothing.
Oh, okay. I guess, well, I mean...
Because the only costume that he built was a actual real-life Iron Man suit that he built for the show.
That is kind of cool. I would like to see him, like, getting the actual Iron Man suit, and let's see.
It's not painted. It was all raw titanium.
I want to watch it. Was it actually on the show?
Yeah. They done the whole, I think that's the first episode.
Okay. It's called Savage Builds.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to have to watch that. And you're going to have to keep on listening to us our next episode if you want some more, because I think this is definitely our longest episodes as to date. We only got 3.
Yep.
But I guess we'll wrap it up here. I guess till next week.
Yeah. All I'm gonna say is, if you like wrestling, you might want to tune in.
Yeah, we're gonna have a special guest with us. Our buddy Travis, big wrestling fan.
Yep.
We're also gonna be playing a wrestling trivia game that he has.
Yep.
So we're gonna record ourselves, doing the episode with that too. So I think it'd be a pretty good episode, because we're actually gonna be going on our way
to
a wrestling event.
Kind of a local deal. And
I'll be going to Pikeville Comic-Con that morning to meet Sergeant Slaughter.
Yep.
Even before I meet up with you guys. So, but anyways, tune in next week, wrestling episode. Some people are probably not going to like it, but I mean, hey, this is my show. This is our show.
Fuck
so
you. It's that simple.
We can talk about whatever we want because it's our show.
I think Chris Jericho put it best when he announced that he was hosting on Sirius XM. Said, well, what will you do? Whatever the hell I want. Like Bam Margera. Yep.
What will he do next? Whatever the fuck we want. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have a contest. Whoever can come up with the best name for our show, our segment, the prize will be nothing. You ain't getting jack shit.
A big thank you and fuck you.